What's up guys, Xantos here, back with the final edition of the Master Monster Cave series. In today's episode we take a peek at Garagan the Nameless, an absolutely dreaded enemy who was devastating at level 65. Our combo that we brought into this fight today was the same combo that we actually brought to all three of the new Master Monster Caves. Brought along GRIMM with us, so that we have that full field weaken as well as the freeze base power. As well, we brought BRUTUS full stars so that we can have that protect on base power and the ability to expose the entire field if we need to with rage. As you can see, we got 3 of our pieces attuned to Goblin right now, as well as 2 of our pieces attuned to Golem. Same on the hammer right now. Quick peek at the charms and what we're using on that if you want to better understand the strat. Another thing that we're going to be taking a peek at here, you can see in my combo today I actually only use a 60% boost to alchemist power. Another huge charm that comes into play is the 60% chance to increase weaken applying on the field whenever I use GRIMM's rage. We're putting the helmet on for this one and we are heading into battle. Now our footage today is sped up a little bit just for your viewing pleasure, and so that you're not sitting here for a full 20 minutes watching my fight. Now we brought haste pots along with recovery pots for this battle, and we're going to use one right off the bat. The reason we do this is so that we can use BRUTUS's base power, have that protection applied to us, and then attempt to slam the field for weaken. That'll make it so that these enemies are dealing 0 damage to us if we can apply the weaken to them. You can see though, Garagan the Nameless in the back row does not have weaken applied to him. At this high of a level, it becomes a little bit more difficult to apply status effects and whatnot. Sometimes you have to try 2 or 3 times in order to be successful. So again, take 2 here. You can see we're successful in the back row weakening. We also weaken this front row guy here, so we're in a pretty comfortable spot. You can see these guys deal way less damage now. 15k, and both of the goblin enemies are actually dealing 0 damage. Another 3 swipes there, and a base power from GRIMM takes out the first goblin. Decide to apply a little bit of expose on the field. This enemy in the front had just protected up, so that strips his protect off of him and allows me to deal 35% extra damage. Another stack of weakening, make sure they don't deal as much damage to me. You can see we're sitting in a nice comfortable spot again. After we rage, if we use GRIMM's base power twice, that actually gives us full rage yet again, as you can see here. I'm deciding if I want to weaken the field again or if I want to take a little bit of damage because my protect's going to wear off here. I don't mind taking a little bit of extra damage. I figure I'm going to be healing it right back with BRUTUS's base power as well as GRIMM's rage. So we kind of bounce in a nice little comfortable zone with our armor where they can't take us down fully, and if we can successfully apply weaken, then they won't deal any damage whatsoever and we'll just continue healing. Again, GRIMM base power bringing us to full rage. Trying to get that weaken out on the field. Unsuccessful with Garagan in the back row. BRUTUS base power gives us that full rage yet again. Take a little bit of damage, but we're using GRIMM sap life yet again, trying to get the weaken. Again, unsuccessful, but you can see our health is still in a pretty comfy spot for where we're fighting. He's gonna hit us with his power here. You can see it does almost 250k damage. Fairly hefty on the damage there. Now you can imagine what that would be like if I didn't have protect on and if I didn't have gear attuned. I'd be getting hit pretty hard. Again, we go for the sap life, we get the weaken again, and we start just teeing off on him here. No damage from his attacks, nice and comfortable again. We have no protect here, he's weakened, so he does a little bit of damage to us. I figure I'd like to have 2 chances at weaken for this round. We're successful on the first though, so a little bit less stress. No damage from his power attack because of the protect, weaken, and 3 pieces of attuned to Goblin. Getting a little bit hungry here. Go for an expose with BRUTUS. Start teeing off on him. GRIMM base power, still trying to get that weaken. Definitely difficult to, sorry, I meant to say freeze there. Definitely a lot more difficult to land freeze with GRIMM space power in these situations. We managed to get lucky there though, and actually snag one. And that puts us in a nice comfy spot so that we can go into round 2 with full rage and both of our hero powers. Round 2, we're essentially just going to try and blitz Garagan and take him out as quickly as possible and not worry about all of the Golem enemies that are paired with him. We have 2 of our pieces attuned to Golem as well, so if we can weaken them and we have protection applied, we know that we'll get a nice bit of reduced damage here. You can see they're only hitting us for 15k. The archer in the back's only hitting us for 9,000. So that allows us to focus on the big boss at hand. Again, going for the weaken on the field. Unsuccessful in the front, but you can see we heal for 185k. Another 26k back to the armor. Zap life again. Unsuccessful, but 105, and we're sitting at full health. Now, although we were unsuccessful with our 2 weakenings there, we're still in a pretty comfy spot where we're not too stressed. We can lose a little bit of armor in this situation. Play around with it a bit more. BRUTUS base power, giving us the protect. It's pretty much just a little cycled loop here of attempting to get weaken as much as possible. Even when unsuccessful, still getting a nice big chunk of heals. He launches his power there for almost 275k damage. Pretty huge on the damage there. Starting to tee off on us a little bit harder. We know we need that weaken again. Got 2 shots at it here. 146k back to the health. And with the second, we're successful with the weakening. 176k back to the health. And again, look at that armor. We're sitting in a nice comfy spot. We were down below half before, but 3 turns of weaken is huge on the field, especially if you have protect and gear attune. You're going to be sitting pretty fighting this boss. As I mentioned earlier in the video, this is only with 60% boost to alchemist powers. Now, if you do main a certain class that maybe you're not feeling and you want to try something different, it's definitely something that you could do. Only a couple chisels here and there, a couple spanners to take out any charms that you need. You could definitely experiment with this type of combo with pretty much ease. Full star BRUTUS is definitely a big part of it. That would probably be the most difficult part of this combo. Opt to use a recovery pot there. Our health was getting a little bit low, and as I mentioned, I want to go into the next room with full rage and both of my hero powers. Now, we didn't have the BRUTUS base power there, but it's only one action away, so not too stressed about that. Using the same strategy as the first 2 floors, exposing the field. That was actually a misclick. I dropped my phone there slightly, and when I grabbed it on the side, I accidentally grabbed it and used my last haste pot. I was super stressed about it. I was worried that I might get into a situation where I would have needed it later, and it honestly, it shocked me, but it also put my head a little bit more in the game, made me focus a little bit more and realize what I was going up against. Now, we know that back row Goblin healer has his full power, and Brutus does a little bit more damage, so I opt to go for the Brutus bombardment there instead of the GRIMM sap life. Full rage yet again here though, and we have another chance with GRIMM. Fairly successful on the golems, but Garagan in the back unfortunately avoids the weakening. Lucky freeze on the golem in the front row there. We'll take those. Rage serum, full rage. Going for that weakening. Unsuccessful on Garagan again. But you can see, because of the 2 other enemies being exposed, we're actually at full, well, we were at full health for a second there. Successful with our freeze. Getting those big crit chain damage boosters. Another successful freeze. Crazy I was getting this many freezes at level 65. I was pretty happy about that. Successful with the full field weakening, so we're sitting pretty for 3 turns now. Decide to just tee off on this golem in the front row, get him out of the way. They're on their last turn of weakening. See if I can stack that up again. Successful on the archer, successful on Garagan. We're sitting pretty for 3 turns. Decide to get a little bit aggressive here. Expose the field. And we go for the freeze, and we're actually successful with that as well. Really nice set of actions there. Teeing off on us with his power move, but again dealing absolutely no damage to us. Successful with our weakening. Protect on for 3 turns, we're sitting pretty. Again, exposing the field. I'm feeling pretty aggressive at this point. I want to get it done. Successful with our freeze again. Absolutely smashing on this guy for round 3. Unsuccessful with that weakening, but look at our health and armor. It's not even a big stressor at this point. We know he has his power, but again, just not stressing about it too much. Even with 275k damage there, we're still good. Freeze successful. Sap life. Unsuccessful with the weakening, but just stacking up that armor back, getting ready for him to come and launch with his power move again. Successful with our second weakening as well, so we got the 3 turns. His health's low at this point. We're going for it. Successful with the freeze, baby. And I actually did this. I'm not sure if this put me to full health, but pretty sure we may have defeated the level 65 at full health because of that. Nice 800 Crimson Souls to the bank account. Absolutely juicy. Thank you very much, guys, for tuning in. I hope that you guys enjoyed the Master Monster Cave series. Been a while since I've done a little scripted series like this, and I honestly had a lot of fun with it. I know there's a lot of different ways that you can take on these bosses as well. This is definitely not the only way that you can do this. Weakening heroes paired with protection heroes are super amazing in these battles, and are something that a lot of knights could definitely do with warriors or different heroes other than alchemists. Sorry, I'm getting all stuttery here at the end. Again, guys, I really hope that you enjoyed the series. If you did, please smash that like button. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And as always, knights, stay grinding.